Do you use Cash App for your business? I don't. There's a few reasons why I don't, but in this video, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I do not use Cash App for my business. You want to know what that is? Keep on watching. Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Taj with Taj Beauty Emporium, and let's just jump up on in this thing. So my question was, do you use Cash App for your business? I don't use Cash App for my business, and there are 3 main reasons why I refuse to use it for my business. There are some instances where I know some people do use Cash App for their business, like for instance, if you're doing a vendor event, and sometimes it's just easier to do Cash App, but still in all, I really don't see why you would need to use a Cash App. But I mean, I know there's some instances where people use Cash App, but you have some businesses or some small businesses use Cash App on a regular for their business. And in my opinion, I just feel like you shouldn't. But here are the reasons why I refuse to use Cash App for my business. I'm gonna start with number 3. Reason number 3 is, I don't believe Cash App can be tracked. I'm almost positive it can be tracked. As a customer, I don't feel like, should I make a purchase with a small business or any business, should I make a purchase or do a business transaction with a business, and something was to transpire, unfortunately, and my transaction or my Cash App cannot be tracked. If it can be, I'm almost 100% positive that you're going to jump through hoops. You're going to go in and out of whatever the case may be in order to rectify that situation. I'm pretty sure it cannot be tracked. And so as a customer, I just wouldn't put myself in that position. As a business owner, I don't want my customers to put themselves or I want them to feel, even though I know that as a business owner and as a small business, my business is legit, I still don't want my customers or potential customers to feel uneasy in any way, shape, or form. So with that being said, that's one of the reasons why I won't use Cash App for my business. It just puts a sour taste in the mouth of a consumer if they know that if something happens and their transaction can be tracked. I do know PayPal offers payment protection, but I'm almost positive that Cash App doesn't, okay? So that's the 3rd reason. That's number 3 why I don't use Cash App for my business. The second reason, I'm going to go down to number 2. That second reason why I do not use Cash App for my business is because it adds an extra step to the process, okay? So remember when I said in number 3 how sometimes in some instances where a small business will use their Cash App to receive payment, or whatever the transaction is, doing like a vendor event, pop-up shop, or whatever the case, or what have you. In that instance, it still will put extra steps in your process. Here's the reason why. If you use Cash App, or if you're a legit business and you're operating off of your website, 9 times out of 10, when a customer does a transaction with your business through your website, it automatically takes out the step of having to go into inventory and adjust your quantity, okay? So even if you do Square, you can set up to your business, to your website, and it still automatically will go in and subtract whatever the quantity is from your website. When you're doing Cash App, you have to take the extra step of going into your website on the back end and taking out your to adjust the quantity of whatever product that you're trying to sell. Let's say you're at a vendor event and you are taking multiple Cash Apps. Unless you have someone working with you, or you just got a whole bunch of customers sitting around waiting for you to do each one, you're going to end up getting backed up and mixed up with what you took in, what you took out, what you sold, what you didn't sell. By the time you get home, you got all kinds of sticky notes, stuff jotted down. Eventually you'll get to the point, especially if you're doing a lot of vendor events, you'll get to the point where you'll come across where a customer gets on your website, orders something in a certain size, or order a certain quantity, or whatever you sell, and then you go to fill the order and realize you don't have what they purchased. So now you got to email the customer or contact your customer and let them know that there's a discrepancy. How does that look as a small business? How does that look at a business, period? When you have something on your website that you're trying to sell and you actually don't even have it in inventory and you don't even know, right? Especially if you don't do year-end inventory, checks on your stuff. So it just gives an extra step. Even if you are selling things locally and you have the option where someone can actually buy from you locally, you can deliver your product or whatever the case may be. They pay you in Cash App. You got to go home or go back to wherever you do your business, go into your website, adjust it, take it out of inventory. Let's say that someone wanted to exchange something. Now you got to go back and it just gives you an extra step, and eventually you'll get all confused, all mixed up, because I'm confused just trying to explain it, and you'll find yourself selling things on the website that you actually don't have. You know what I'm saying? Or you may have too much of one thing and you really don't, it's just too much. It doesn't show that you're being professional. And I just don't want to have to deal with the headache. I figure if you're spending money every month or every quarter or however you do your website, if you're spending money on a put together website to be able to service your customers, there's no need for you to take Cash App. To me, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, Cash App is for like if you are with your girls or somebody picking up something for you, hey girl, let me Cash App you this, or you owe somebody something and hey girl, I'll Cash App it to you, or once you pick me up this from the store, I'll send you a Cash App. Can I borrow $50? Girl, yeah, I got it. I'll Cash App you. That's what that's for, baby. It is not for you to be operating your business out of it. It's bad enough you have a lot of small business owners that are taking orders through the DM. It's a whole nother video. But to me, so as a consumer, as a customer, if I see something on your website or I see something on your social media and I'm interested in purchasing it and I don't see a website listed, so I DM you and say, well, hey, I'm interested in something that you post. How do I go about purchasing it? Oh, you can send what you interested in. And then I tell you, and then you say, okay, you can send me a Cash App. There's no receipt process other than it coming up on my phone that I sent a Cash App to so and so. But let's say it doesn't fit, or I'm not pleased with the quality, or whatever the case may be, and then I message you and say, well, hey, this just didn't work out for me. How do I go about exchanging, returning, whatever? If I don't respond, you pretty much fresh out of luck. What could you do? Have you ever went into your Cash App and seen like an option for you to a refund other than request it from the person you sent it to? If you request it from the person that you sent it to and they don't respond, then what? Storytime. I went on vacation with my family, and one of my daughters wanted to get braids. And so I was trying to find somebody who do braids in the area, because the person who previously did her braids or whatever, they no longer lived in the area that we lived in. So I was trying to find somebody who would be able to do her braids. So I kind of reached out to some people and tried to see who can give me some recommendations on who do braids and stuff like that, the whole shebang. And so I ended up going with this one girl who was going to do her braids. And she required a deposit, right? I did freelance makeup, so I'm not like, I don't feel no type of way about a person wanting to collect a deposit. My only thing is, if you're going to collect a deposit, you got to be about your shit, okay? Excuse my French for those who got weak ears, or whatever. I ain't trying to offend nobody, but that's just how I'm feeling right now. Because I'm very passionate when it comes down to stuff like this. But if you're going to collect a deposit, then you got to be about your business, okay? Point blank, period, okay? So I don't feel no type of way about deposits other than if you're going to do that, make sure you're about your business. Be very professional. Anyway, so I paid, okay, no problem. I paid a deposit on the day that, and I communicated with the person on the day that the appointment was supposed to be for. Mind you, my daughter, her braids was for us to go out of town on vacation. So the date comes for the appointment, and I reach out to the young lady, and she's not even in town. Okay, she's not even in town. She's on her way back in town. And she gets into traffic, and so long story short, she did not make it back to do, or so she say, to do the braids. The next morning, reached out to her, no response. Okay, 2 days after that, we leave to go on vacation. On our way to vacation, I'm like, hey, you did not do the braids. I requested for my deposit back. So I sent her a request through Cash App to return deposit. She never returned the deposit. I DM'd her, and she was like, I don't refund deposits, but we can schedule a later date. Well, my response to her was, if you don't refund deposits, that should be at the discrepancy of, like, let's say if I canceled, or if I last minute, or if I didn't show up, then that's understandable. But you didn't show up. You did not make the appointment. So therefore, you forfeited it. You should have given back the deposit. Mind you, I don't even need your services now because I needed you for vacation and we're already gone. So then she responds and said, well, I'll refund half of the deposit. But because I normally don't refund deposits. So apparently it just wasn't registering to her what I was trying to get across to her. But anyway, long story short, I ended up telling her, don't even worry about it. Don't, whatever. It wasn't nothing I could do. I was out of town in a whole nother state by this point. And so I was just like, lesson learned. But I say all that to say that when I did do the request for refund, that was up for her to be able to send it back. There was no other way or no other option that Cash App gave me as far as protection behind my payment, behind the deposit that I sent out. Okay, if you contact any type of, if you call the number for Cash, the little 1-800 customer service number for Cash App, they're going to tell you to do the request, and you don't even speak to a live person. So that's another thing. So my whole point is there is no protection behind your payment. If as a customer, I don't feel comfortable doing a business transaction with a business and I don't have any type of payment protection. As a business owner, I do not want my customers to feel uneasy about paying me a Cash App. Okay, let's talk about the fact that there's no receipt involved. Unless you just, and you could be, let's say you're at a vendor event. How you gonna do that? What you gonna carry a printer with you? You gonna carry a printer and how you gonna do that? You just gonna write out one of them, carbon copy receipts? Girl, bye. Cash App is not professional. Do not use Cash App for your business. That's in my opinion. I do not use Cash App for my business. The number one reason why I don't use Cash App for business is plain and simple. You don't look legit. You don't look legit. You look like you are flipping clothes or flipping whatever product. You look like if you're a boutique owner, you look like a clothes flipper. You flipping clothes. That's all you're doing. You ain't selling, you ain't building, you ain't branding, you just flipping clothes, baby. That's all you're doing. If you sell glasses, shades, lip gloss, lashes, whatever, hair, you a hair flipper. You hustling. That's what you're doing. You ain't building no brand. You not putting no name out there for yourself. It just don't look professional. It don't look professional. You look just as unprofessional as me asking you to give me your order through my DMs. It is what it is. You don't look professional. You literally, it doesn't take much to, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, like I remember when I first started trying to get everything together for my business, Even now, websites are very, very expensive, but it has gotten to the point where there's some way you can like build your own website and still look professional. You just got to know what you're doing, and there's research. I mean, there's ways to get around not having to pay, thousands of dollars for a website. But whether you do or whether you don't, why spend money every month or every quarter on a website, on a host, to be taking orders through the DM and cash apping back and forth? Like, why? Not only do you not look legit and unprofessional, but you look desperate. That's my opinion. You look desperate. You look like you're so desperate to get a sale that you'll receive the cash or the money, however, whatever, whenever, by any means necessary. And if you're trying to build a brand, then that's not the way to go. So those are the 3 reasons why I refuse to use Cash App for my business. I ain't trying to knock nobody for what they do. If that's how you do it, and if it works for you, then kudos to you, boo. But baby, I just don't do it. Don't come asking me about no Cash App. Can I Cash App you? No, ma'am. You cannot. You can go on my website and you can purchase that way. Okay? That way you have protection. I have protection. We both good. We both good. That's how I do business. I don't do the Cash App thing. It has only been twice that I've taken Cash App for my business. And another reason why is because, first of all, because I don't do Cash App for my business, my Cash App is not a business account. It's personal. So how that look, me accepting or receiving payment from you, and it has my name on it and not my business. The only 2 times that I've ever done that was when I did for Essence, which it was actually someone that I knew. But still in all, like even now, like to this day now, and this was 3 years ago. But now I don't care whether you relative. I don't care what it doesn't. I don't do Cash App. And you can't give me cash. I'm gonna be honest. I do not like if I sell something to someone local and they want to give me cash. I don't operate my business like that. I am trying to build a brand. I'm not trying to be locally popular. I'm not trying to be, no, I'm building a business. I'm trying to run a business. I want to get to the point where I'm no longer saying small business, okay? And operating your stuff like that, when it comes down to things like that, I mean, I feel like you are limiting yourself. You're putting yourself in a box that eventually you're going to realize it's going to be hard for you to get up out of. It's going to be hard, or people are not going to look at you. They're not going to look at you in the way that they would look at one of these bigger, major companies. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you don't look legit. You look like you're just trying to get a sale by any means necessary, any way you could get it. Now, like I said, if it works for you, it works for you, sis. Everybody goes a different. Everybody don't see themselves in the same place that others. Everybody building the way they want to build. You got to take your road the way you taking it. Y'all know my channel. If you've watched, all of my videos, then you know that my channel is pretty much about my journey and me and my opinion of things. And that's just how I roll. I don't use Cash App for business. Don't be Cash Apping me. And don't be DMing me talking about you want to order this. Don't be inboxing me on no social media talking about, yeah, I need to get a large or a 3X in this. No, baby, what you need to do is go to tajbeauty.com, okay? So that's all I got. I ain't got no more, y'all. That's my 3 reasons why I do not use Cash App for business. If you use Cash App, like I said, that's all on you, boo. But I don't do it. So I hope y'all like this video. If you like, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I don't know why my earring keep falling out, but whatever. We're going to keep on rolling. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Ciao.